Hi, good morning. My name is Wayne Alcanis, and I will be your teacher in understanding culture, society, and politics. Today we will be discussing one discipline, and that is anthropology. Before we start, kindly focus your attention on the screens and tell me what insights can you garner from the image that is currently being displayed on the screen. Okay, this shows the way of life of prehistoric people. It shows how they interact as a social being in painting images on the walls of caves. Great. Next, now let us arrange some words. Words that has a connection in our topic for today. First word. Great, that is anthropology. Second one. Well, you're right. That is sociology. Third one. Awesome. That is political science. And the last word. Excellent. And that is culture. Thank you for fixing those important words that has significance on our topic for today. At this juncture, I would like to welcome you on our subject understanding culture, society, and politics, and we will discuss the nature, goals, and perspective of anthropology. But first, let us know the origin of anthropology. Now, anthropology comes from the Greek word anthropos means human and logos means study. Therefore, anthropology is the study of human. Another definition is that anthropology is the study, analysis, and description of humanity's past and present. Let us now proceed to the nature of anthropology. The nature of anthropology can be viewed from its historical perspective because it is a global discipline involving humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences. Now, in North America, anthropology is characterized as a discipline containing 4 fields that emphasize on separated yet interconnected subjects. The subjects are physical anthropology, archaeological anthropology, cultural anthropology, and linguistic anthropology. There are also goals of anthropology, and the goals are important in anthropology because they help to provide direction and purpose to the research process. Anthropologists use a variety of different goals to guide their research, depending on the specific area of study and research question they are investigating. Some of the key goals in anthropology include are as follows as what you are seeing on the screen. Let now proceed on the perspective of anthropology. Anthropology is a discipline that offers a unique perspective on human societies and cultures. This perspective can be described in several key ways: holism, relativism, comparison, and fieldwork. First one is holism is a key concept in anthropology and refers to the idea that human societies and cultures must be studied as integrated wholes rather than as collections of isolated parts. An example of holism in anthropology in the Philippines can be seen in the study of the Ifugao people and their cultural practices related to rice terracing. Ifugao rice terraces are an important cultural heritage of the Ifugao people and have been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. To understand the significance of rice terracing to the Ifugao people, an anthropologist would need to take a holistic approach and consider all of the different aspects of Ifugao culture that contribute to the practice of rice terracing. Second is cultural relativism is the idea that a person's beliefs, values, and practices should be understood within the context of their own culture rather than judged by the standards of another culture. In other words, cultural relativism suggests that there are no universal moral or ethical standards that apply to all cultures, and that each culture must be evaluated on its own terms. This approach emphasizes respect for cultural diversity and the importance of understanding cultural practices in their own context rather than imposing one's own cultural norms on others. Cultural relativism, for example, explains why certain cultures eat different foods at different meals. For example, traditionally, breakfast in the United States is markedly different from breakfast in Japan or Colombia. Third is comparison. In cultural anthropology, we compare ideas, morals, practices, and systems within or between cultures. We might compare the roles of men and women in different societies, or compare how different religious groups clash within a given society. A simple example of comparison in anthropology in the Philippines could be the study of funeral practices among the Kalinga and the Tagalog people. An anthropologist might choose to compare the funeral practices of these two groups, which have distinct cultural traditions and beliefs surrounding death and the afterlife. By conducting a comparative analysis, the anthropologist could identify similarities and differences in the social, cultural, and spiritual factors that shape funeral practices in each culture. For example, they might compare the role of family and community in funeral rituals, the use of music and dance to honor the deceased, and the beliefs and customs surrounding burial and mourning. Last one is fieldwork is a central aspect of anthropological research and involves conducting research and collecting data in a particular cultural setting or community. Example: a simple example of fieldwork in anthropology could be a study of the daily life of a rural farming community in the Philippines. An anthropologist might spend several months living in the community, observing and participating in their daily activities, such as planting and harvesting crops, caring for livestock, and preparing food. Through participant observation, the anthropologist could gain a first-hand understanding of the community's agricultural practices, social organization, and beliefs about the natural world. Anthropology is important because it provides a unique perspective on human behavior and social organization, emphasizing the importance of cultural diversity and the need to understand cultural practices on their own terms. Anthropologists study a wide range of topics, drawing on concepts and methods from various social science and humanities disciplines. The goals of anthropology are to understand and explain the diversity of human experience, challenge ethnocentrism and cultural stereotypes, and promote cultural understanding and respect. Anthropology emphasizes holism, or the importance of understanding the complex interconnections between different aspects of human experience, and cultural relativism, or the need to understand cultural practices on their own terms. Learning anthropology can provide valuable insights into human behavior, social organization, and cultural diversity, and can help individuals develop a more nuanced and respectful understanding of the complex world we live in. Thank you for listening.